I wanted to talk a little bit about Saturn and Pluto, man. Well, Saturn first because I think you guys, and I thank you guys too, by the way, all of you. But those, you know who I'm talking about, or whatever. There's some people that can't let go, of Saturn being Satan or whatever. You guys know what that means? You guys know what Saturn is Satan means? Do you know what Saturn is Noah means? Because we were fed all that bullshit by, well, and it's not bullshit, but we fed all that stuff by, in just pieces, kind of like the news does it, sound bites. The guy, Bill Giesecke, whatever his name is. Wish I could talk to that dude, but anyway. But Saturn is the devil, all that stuff. Saturn ain't the devil, man. I got news for you. You are. For spreading lies like that. Leaving people that's thirsty for knowledge, with a dead end, like a boogeyman. Okay, Saturn's evil. That's it, folks. See you later. There's the devil. Here you go. Here's some stuff on TV. That's Saturn. That's the devil. You don't want to look into that. It really doesn't give people much, even the skeptical people, it doesn't give them much to go on, they just kind of walk on and move on. Or some people, unless you're like me and, you're curious, you want to go looking for it, and feel it and touch it and, know it for sure on your own, kind of like Freemasonry or anything else. Anyway, Saturn ain't bad. Saturn is just everything around you. It's a structure. It's what appeals to your senses. Saturn isn't, what gives you guys the idea that Saturn is the devil? The guy shows us, all these funky pictures, of Saturn with a hexagon on his North Pole. Do you guys remember that? Really? Come on. So many of them use that thing to tell you that there's a hexagon on the North Pole of Saturn, and it's perfect, whatever. All those things may be, man. But I can make one of those and put it on TV and stuff, or put it on my computer and put it on my phone and show you the same thing. That doesn't mean it's there. Doesn't mean that's what it is. It just means that's what you see, right? And you the one told us about Plato's cave, man. Dang. Why didn't you tell us about Pluto? Because you didn't know. That's right. You didn't know. Hardly anybody does, really. It's sad. There wasn't no dude that exposed Saturn, right? It was Pluto. Saturn was always there. We've been through this thing on the internet over and over and over. Everybody shows you Saturn logos, and Saturn is Saturn. Ooh, look, it's Boogeyman Saturn. We know, all right? But it's always been there. When you started seeing it is the key. Wasn't no person the first one that said, oh, here's the Saturn revelation, guys. This is the ultimate secret. YouTube didn't come out, didn't get put on till 2007, man. Okay? Let me tell you something. I don't care what anybody says. Come to the fucking math. That's my damn game right there. But anyway. The Android tech, man, like smartphones and shit, right? That shit didn't come on. Really, Android technology that put the smartphone in everyone's hand, not just the iPhone. Everyone's hand. Came out on 9/23 of 2008, right? Or maybe 2008, I think. Yeah, 2008. I mean, because it had to come out. So Pluto, when it entered on November 26, 2008, it was 888 hours. The technology had already been out. Boom, Pluto moved in. And, you know, a lot of weird shit started happening. Yeah, 9/11 had already happened. But, and some Pluto shit started happening, right? Right, so Pluto and Mars rule Scorpio. Scorpios governs the sex organs, man. It's like, and you get Obama coming in, and Pluto also destroys and transforms things. And you get Obama coming in, right? Wins the election in 2008. And he runs on the message of change. And Pluto in Capricorn is all about change, right? And it's said that Pluto also represents the country's shadow when it comes to slavery and all these things, right? The country must face its shadow of all of its dark past. And that's what we're doing now. Wake the hell up, right? They're doing that to you on TV. There's not no, that's the code. That's the Pluto code. Whether it's happening for real or not. It's manifesting as a Pluto code. I mean, it's very clear to see. My friend wrote a few blogs about it, and we've covered it extensively. But this stuff is so deep, guys. Man, it's unreal. It really is. It starts with Saturn, though. Yeah, Pluto moves into Capricorn in 2008, right? Moves in 2008, and it starts shaking things up, man. Moves into Capricorn in 2008. That's Saturn's house, right? Moves into Saturn's house. It rules Scorpio. Scorpio rules the sex organs, right? 2008, we see Obama come in. We see all the forgive me for saying it, homosexual stuff and transgender stuff kind of coming on the scene, right? I mean, yeah. Okay. We start seeing that stuff really heavy in 2008 and up to, you know, Bruce Jenner and, you know, dude looks like a lady and all that other stuff. And, the way that relates to the Pluto code, not Saturn, is, Pluto is the planet of destruction and transformation, and Capricorn is the house of structure, right? Saturn's house governs structure. It's what builds. It's the foundation. It's the structure of the house. You know, Saturn is what you feel is your structure. You know. So anyway, Pluto, the destroyer, comes in. It governs the sex organs, all this crap, but it comes into the house of structure. So we have the transgender agenda with the destruction of the male, you know, private parts, and transformed into women, you know, like Bruce Jenner. It's destroying the old sex organs and transforming them into new ones. It's all astrological shit. There's no, I mean, that's the only explanation I have for it. Even the deal with Kanye West, the same thing. You know, in August 2004, he was screaming, George Bush hates black people. Here it is, 2018, and Trump's president, and he's screaming, 400 years of slavery sounds more like a choice to me. He's urging people to look at the country's shadow and move on. And that is very poetic. I have to give him that. I mean, but anyway. Yeah, Pluto moves in 2008. We start seeing a little shakeup of the agenda, you could say. The financial collapse. You know, all this stuff. Pluto is the hidden god of wealth. That means and he's god of the underworld. So that means in the underworld below you, there's wealth in oil, diamonds, plutonium, all these things, man. You know, and anyone who's fortunate enough to know about Pluto can invoke him or whatever, or if he just so happens to stumble across Pluto, you know, he's usually given wealth, and but it comes with a high price of how you use that wealth, I guess, because it comes back around, you know, and the wealth you've been given, you know, corruption does get exposed when Pluto's around, and that's what it does. It's like it moves in while it was out. You know, last time Pluto was here, look, it's in the country's birth chart, right? Pluto moved into Capricorn in 2008. Let me just say this. It moved in 2008, and it moves out into Aquarius in 2024. And all you people know me on like Facebook and shit, you know that the orbital period of Pluto through this cycle is 248 years. And when you deduct that from the 2024 exit, it brings you back to 1776. And you know, when that thing exits in 2024, we're going to be left in a spot where we were in the equivalent of the founding of this country, right? The Declaration of Independence. So it's real important why I keep pushing this shit. But nobody sees it, and they didn't see it back then either. I mean, a lot of people didn't see it back then, but there was a few, right? There's a few, and that's where all this math comes from, right? You know, that's all I have to say about that. But there's something else in this Pluto thing. It comes out in TV code. It comes out in. It can come out in everything. You understand? The structure, like Pluto is I told you about the sex organs. It destroys the structure of reality itself. Okay. It's like reorganizing it right now. You feel me? They're desperate to cover this up from you guys. I just want you to know that right now. I mean, I don't know how to put this to you. I mean, I see it, and those of you that know me know I know what I'm talking about. I mean, you guys know me. They're desperate to cover this up, and I don't know how to say this because it's very, very hard to explain. You got to believe in supernatural stuff. You got to. I mean, in order for me to even explain it to you, because there's a high level of magic being conducted on everybody, and it's hiding that the reorganizing of the structure. And fortunately and unfortunately, some people are able to see it, and they can write things down and kind of give an idea about it, but it usually goes unheard. Somebody comes along eventually and kind of looks at it, but the Pluto thing's real, man. It's probably realer than anything I've ran across regarding Saturn, and I've been all through it. And I'll just say this: if you're studying Saturn, and as far as you made it is it being Satan and has all these, whatever, I urge you to keep looking. You'll see that if you're not scared, you'll see that all these people that you're learning this stuff from are liars. That's what you're going to see. But you're going to come out of it learning the truth about Saturn, and that's going to be the only truth that you need to hold on to. Because there's nobody in this world, on YouTube, online, anywhere in this world, that knows the ultimate truth but you. And you shouldn't live through their ideas of anything. If it's true, it's gonna be. If it's true, it'll come out. You'll know it to be true. And you guys should check out my. Let this one go for now. We'll pick it back up later.